because if you go and try to starve yourself and dehydrate yourself too much, you're just going to burn out.
You can't perform.
You can't perform at all. Cutting too much weight's not smart either, I don't think. You know, I made that mistake in high school wrestling a lot. You know, probably stuck with it. At least I like to say. We'd probably both be taller if we didn't cut so much weight, right?
Yeah, I didn't actually cut too much weight.
Yeah.
I would cut, probably like 8 to 10 pounds.
Yeah, that me too.
I mean, you'd have to do it every weekend.
When you're growing, when you're a kid, you're doing that every weekend, that's okay.
Yeah, like 15 or something.
Yeah, like that's in the height of your growing.
Yeah, it's not the most fun experience, but it's good to have information out there to talk about it.
Sure.
A lot of people talk about it, and it's usually by trial and error. And you get people who, cheat, they'll use diuretics or, throw up or eat a bunch of Skittles and spit out the spit or put a chew dip in their mouth and they don't want to lose 2 pounds. It's like,
dude,
do it the right way.
It's true, and it's like after a while, it gets so much of a mental chore and so agonizing that it's like, it turns you off of the sport. A lot of guys just got turned off by it. That's such an aspect. But if you learn just proper nutrition, you won't run into that problem.
How's your recovery? What do you do on the recovery phase?
As far as between practices?
No, like after you weigh in.
After I weigh in? I will drink like coconut milk or coconut water.
For the electrolytes? For
the electrolytes. Or I'll take some Celtic sea salt and put it in some water. I drink this alkaline water I get, and the pH is like 10, so it's high in minerals and electrolytes and stuff, and it's very base, so it absorbs in the cells really fast.
You've seen a lot of that, those pumps that you hook up in your sink?
Yeah, those are very expensive. I actually go to a place that they fill your tanks up, and I just have a big tank I fill up and use it every week. It's actually cheaper than me and going and buying. I save a lot of money than buying bottled water to carry with me, or having to change the filter in a canteen water system.
Just like a 5-gallon type thing.
Yeah, you can get a 20-gallon too, but I just use a 5-gallon. Yeah, if you have a truck.
Yeah. So if you got a strong back.
Right. Yeah, you can get this stuff, but those are the types of things. Like as far as recovery goes, like I'll do. I've done Pedialyte, that works. But
how about like food intake?
Food intake, I wait till I'm hydrated and then I start to eat. I wait till I'm fully hydrated, I'm peeing clear, and then I start to eat. What I usually eat is like foods like I'll eat avocados, bananas.
Easily metabolize.
Yeah, and the thing is, you don't want to have too many overload yourself with sodium and things because you don't want to get edema. I've seen guys that come in the day after and they have puffy eyes and puffy ankles and stuff because it
holds on the water.
Yeah, they've either done too many IVs or they drink too many Pedialytes and stuff like that, and they feel crappy. Because they have a lot of water retention.
How do you feel about the IV thing? You see a lot of the pros in it.
Yeah, a lot of them do it. I think it's good as long as it's administered right. But there's a big argument against saline versus electrolyte water. Whatever. Yeah, I just think that if you're cutting copious amounts of weight, it'd be better off going off with an IV if you're really that concerned with it. But if it's a moderate cut, 10 to 8 pounds, I would go with Pedialyte or coconut water.
So some guys cutting 30 pounds nowadays.
Yeah, 30 pounds. Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's just a lot of weight. I mean, if you got it to lose, you can do it. But you see, people at the top of their weight class that don't even cut weight. Fedor never cut too big. Frankie Edgar walks around like
right.
Some guys don't cut a lot of weight. GSP claims that he doesn't cut a lot of weight. So.
Yeah, like from 80 or 85.
Yeah, so it's not like a huge amount.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. That's how I approach it.
Exactly, and that's why you were stronger.
Yeah, you might give up a little bit of size, but you still have the explosiveness.
Yeah, you have the explosiveness. You're not, and the thing is, you as versus your time as training, as you start cutting weight during your practices when you should be recovering. Your muscles are broke down when you're getting ready for something. You need to eat enough stuff to replenish yourself. You start cutting weight during that time. You need to be recovering. You're not going to recover 100%.
So you think it's better to practice and then rest and recover and then go to the cutting weight phase? Like when you
I think you need to fully recover from your hard training camp before you start to cut weight. Otherwise, you're not going to be 100%. Unless you want to be 75%.
Well, that has to do with like the whole peaking. Like you train hard and then like the week, 2 weeks before you lay off, and then like the week of, you know, you're just doing really light.
That's what's good. What I like about fighting is you can gauge it whenever you want. Like when we wrestle.
It's every week.
It's every weekend, and it's like, you know, it's like you got to do what they say, and it's like, you know, every day. And it's like there's no rest, there's no recovery. You know,
Friday you got like practice, and you got to cut weight. Saturday morning you got to cut weight,
and then you wrestle.
And then wrestle, which is even harder.
Right. It's just you got the nerves factored into it as well. So
the season lasts all year if you're in freestyle Greco.
It's true. So it's like you know, it should be, you know, there's a smart way to do it. You know, obviously.
Yeah, with the diet, like you're saying, I mean, a lot of that's new to me. I'm just learning that out myself, and a lot of that has to do with social factors, economical factors. You know, whether or not you have, you know, organic and natural food available. You need to know what's good for you and what your blood type is. Like you were saying, I actually got one of those blood test kits when I saw my chiropractor the other day. So I'm gonna try to find out what kind of food that I need to get.
Yeah.
And you know, it's based on your blood type. You know, type O is a certain thing.
Yeah.
What's your type?
I actually don't know my blood type.
Okay.
I haven't done the blood type. I've done everything by trial and error. Since I did it,
it's like $10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do it. Since I did a big cleanse before I went over to eating raw, it's amazing what your body tells you to eat. Like you have this like psychic ability to know, you know, like okay, I've got this craving for something and I know what it is, and I instantly go, oh my god, my body needs fat. I go eat avocados, I go eat, you know, some cashews or almonds or something like that, you know. And I'm done. I feel fine. Same thing with protein and things like that. You know what to eat, what not to eat. Because if I eat something, it makes me feel like crap. You know, I don't eat it again.
Exactly.
Because I feel if I eat one little thing, I eat it and I bloat up, I get gas, and if I feel bad and tired, I don't eat it anymore. Because I'm allergic to it. Obviously, it doesn't agree with me. So I go with things that
you don't eat things based on your taste buds. You eat them based on what your body needs.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of people need to figure that out. It's not the taste, because the food's in your mouth for 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you swallow it. And you get all this junk that's like harmful to your body.
Sure.
You know, we'd probably be better off without taste buds, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. The thing is that they're important. You know, it's important to have is the knowing of what your body needs, and be able to listen to your body. And a lot of people don't know that ability. When I talk to them about that stuff, they think I'm weird. I'm like, well, you know, they're like, well, I'm craving chicken McNuggets or this. I'm like, yeah, well, it's because you've got so much of that junk in your body, you know, and that those types of things have those chemicals that trigger that thought in your brain, you know.
Oh, they purposely
MSG
engineer it in a way that you crave it.
MSG is in there, and they got a putty substance that, you know, that solidifies it, keeps it together. And that stuff is loaded with that type of junk. It's a chemical that makes you want more of that chemical.
Yeah.
It's just like a drug.
Yeah. I feel that way when I eat chips. Like, I can't put the bag down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like I'm full, but
that's the trick they have with just the right amount of salt and flavor. You know, it's like it's never too much, but just not enough to
tease it.
To dig in for that treasure at the bottom.
It's just an ongoing.
It's a tease.
You were saying this cleanse that you did. What was the cleanse? Was it like a master cleanse thing?
Yeah, I did one of those master cleanses. I did one by Sundown. I can't remember the cleanse I did.
That's like a website that has it listed.
Yeah, I've tried several different ones. You know, even fasted for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. I've done most of the time it was 3 days. It's total fast, just water, nothing else.
Like
no lemon juice, no honey. Yeah, just straight water. You can't do much. You can't really work out or anything. Obviously, you can't train, but
just can't go hard.
First 2 days is hell. Then you wake up the 3rd day and you're like, wow, you feel like you get this all of a sudden surge of energy.
Wow.
And then like it clears out your thinking and everything, and it's like able to really process things better. And you just start to eat again slowly, and it's quite.
Yeah, I've talked to some people who've gone as long as like 20 to 30.
Yeah, man, I'm a pussy when it comes to
said he was able to work out and everything. He had more energy than he had like normally when he was.
Yeah, what you're doing is resetting everything. Your body gets into a stage where it burns, muscle before it burns fat. A lot of times, it burns this before it burns that. What you're doing is resetting your whole body system. You're like a computer, restarting and rebooting it. It's like, oh, burn fat before muscle, keep the muscle. Those types of things. Burn the sugar, excess glycogen in my liver before I go and burn everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, physical therapist. There's one that I know. He has a speech. It's called "Be a Better Butter Burner." So you want to burn the fats before the carbs.
Sure.
Because you get into like an anaerobic phase and you start burning the carbs. But if you retrain your body and you train right, you can burn the fats like up to the whole time. So that anaerobic threshold.
And for every gram of fat is 9 calories as opposed to every gram of carb, which is 4 calories. So that's the more abundant fuel source.
Yeah.
It's fat. I mean, you can live without carbs. You can't live without fat or proteins.
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually changing the food pyramid. I wonder how it's going to be.
Yeah, a lot of those.
So number one now.
Exactly. The thing is carbs. The food pyramid is ran by the FDA, and not to sound like a crazy kook, but it's the truth. That's lobbied by the people that
sell corn.
Yeah, that sell corn, and Monsanto and stuff. Those companies are the biggest companies in the world that have the most money to lobby the government and the FDA. They're all. I'm not gonna get into that. You can look that shit up for yourself if you like.
Documentaries all over the internet.
Yeah, just look what's happening. Okay, open your eyes and see why people are dying.
Yeah, cutting weight is very scientific, and the more you learn about the science about it, how your body reacts, and everybody's different. Like everybody's got their own scientific weight cutting process. Everybody's got their own methods. The most important ones are, the ones that work and the ones that work for you. You don't want to take shortcuts. You want to do things the right way. You want to, continually get better. Just like with your training, you want to continually get better with your nutrition, continually get better, closer to that weight, continually lower your body fat percentage, increase that muscle mass and your explosion and, your jiu-jitsu, your MMA, your boxing, your wrestling, everything else. Like it's all a big combination. So, that was really good. I really appreciate it. This is a lot of good information for everybody.
Anytime. Yeah, just open-mindedness. Yeah, willing to figure it out, There's always a better way of doing something.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Jeremy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.